Are we live? Can I do your intro?
What's going on, everyone? It's Hurf Games here, finally getting back to making some videos for this Don't Fuckle with Shuckle series. I haven't had much time to get back into recording the gameplay and whatnot for this playthrough, so I do apologize for that, but I am excited to get some progress going now and continue on with this challenge. I have been getting pretty wrapped up with a lot of other games lately, a lot of which is also getting made into videos for this channel, so please, if you are excited for that, interested whatsoever, getting into a lot of variety games here, click that subscribe button and leave a comment below about what your favorite Pokemon is and why it's your favorite, because that's a pretty crucial aspect if you ask me. Without further ado, let's fuckle it up with Shuckle. In the last episode, we were able to deploy some top-tier strategy to defeat Watson and acquire the Dynamo badge. It was quite a difficult battle, and it took several restarts in order to get it done. As we get further and further into this challenge, it grows more and more apparent that this is going to keep getting more difficult as time goes on. Like we talked about before, Shuckle isn't the most powerful attacker in the Pokemon universe. However, it's Shuckle's bulk that helps to keep it in the fight, slowly chipping away at the opponent's team until crucial victory is achieved. To recap again, Shuckle's move pool is pretty lackluster in this generation. Shuckle can really only acquire some real power through TMs and HMs, where in this episode, we were actually able to acquire Strength, a base power of 80, normal type move with 15 power points, I think, which is currently Shuckle's strongest move right now. And even then, it really doesn't do much. And as you can imagine, it takes friggin' forever to grind out XP on wild Pokemon and trainers for 6 different Shuckle, at which only 3 or 4 of them have stronger move Strength, as opposed to using the moves Wrap and Constrict, of which are hella trash moves. So it wasn't until just now that I decided to use rare candies in between gyms and major battles to level up my team, rather than spend hours on end fighting wild Pokemon. I'm not going to be over leveling them at all, even though Shuckle would probably still do no damage, so it will still be a pretty challenging time either way. Besides, it's all about having fun and proving that Shuckle is truly one of the best Pokemon out there and not wasting a bunch of time and brain power just to grind out a bunch of experience. This episode starts off directly after the Electric Gym, where we can finally use the recently acquired HM Rock Smash to open the pathway in Rusturf Tunnel so we can get that HM Strength in return. But at the same time, like, get some climbing boots, bro. Like, this isn't that crazy of a rock to get over, let's be honest here. Next, I forget where I'm supposed to go because it had been forever since I had last played this game, so I started traveling north and stumbled upon the Fiery Path. I make my way to the top of this mountain thing and notice some Team Magma members blocking the entrance to the cable lift. And then it all hits me. I'm not taking on the Fire Gym next like I had thought that I was going to be doing, you know, kind of progressing along all of the different gym battles and whatnot. I'm taking on Maxie, and all the memories start to flood into my mind all at once. The chaos on top of the volcano of 2 teams colliding in battle, only using Poochyena. So the momentum takes a crucial shift. We make our way further north and head towards Fowlerbor Town, where I meet Lynette, who invites me to her house on Route 114. I go there and she gives me this doll that I probably will never touch, but it's kind of cool either way, I guess. And at the end of the route, we make it to Meteor Falls. Honestly, one of my favorite caves in all Pokemon. I just think it's super cool here. This is where it all begins. A poor scientist, accompanied by Team Magma, he gets robbed of his crucial meteorite that Team Magma was after, and then Team Aqua suddenly appears as well, chasing Team Magma away, following them to the tippy top of Mount Chimney. And of course, I get involved because otherwise this game would be super boring. Team Magma and Team Aqua are duking it out in this fiery wasteland, with the Team Magma leader Maxie ominously gazing across the chasm with a strange machine in front of him. But to get to him, I must defeat the Team Magma grunts guarding him on his perch. The first and second trainer go down smoothly with no issues whatsoever. Then Team Magma admin Tabitha gets in the way, wielding 2 Nummels, a Poochyena, and a Zubat. We push through and defeat each of them one by one. Luckily, with Shuckle's high defense, decent moves with Strength and Rock Tomb for this matchup, these battles were quite simple. Maxie, on the other hand, was a completely different story. Maxie's team consists of a Mightyena, Zubat, and Camerupt, and oh my goodness, was this such an annoying battle. Specifically with the Mightyena. Maxie's Mightyena knows Sand Attack, Bite, and Roar. Going into this battle, my strategy was to use Flash just so that I could lower its accuracy so I could dwindle its health down without taking as much damage as I usually would, which ultimately worked in the end, but man, did it take forever to make it happen. Most of the time, Mightyena would either use Sand Attack or Bite. If Sand Attack was used, I was more likely to miss my flash attacks, on top of it already not having 100% accuracy in this generation. And for whatever reason, I was missing a lot of these. And Mightyena would keep using Sand Attack over and over again. So whenever this would happen, I would just, honestly, I'd reset, and this happened several times. Another thing that would happen a lot of the time is when Mightyena would use Bite, mixed in with some Sand Attacks here and there, where a lot of the time as well, for whatever reason, I would flinch after taking damage from Bite over and over again. And on top of missing flashes and other attacks, you know, all in the same go, yeah, you can imagine how well it would have gone. But then I had an attempt where things finally started to go my way. I was down to Maxie's last Pokemon, Camerupt. My last Shuckle was at full health. I was feeling confident. Camerupt was in the red, and I was finally thinking to myself that this was the one, until yeah, that was lame. Yet again, we had to reset. The next attempt was fairly similar. I was able to get a couple flashes off of Mightyena with my leading Shuckle, keeping it alive with a super potion or two, until finally the Mightyena was defeated with a few combinations of Wrap and Strength. My plan was working quite well so far. Using Flash helped leave my team with more health for the rest of the fight, so I was feeling pretty good so far. 2 more to go. Next was Zubat. This one was fairly simple, as I have a Shuckle on my team that knows Rock Tomb. Once the Zubat was in at a decent range, I was able to take it out with a Rock Tomb and a Strength combo. One last Pokemon to go, Camerupt. I had 3 Shuckle left at this point, so I was already a lot more confident at this point than I was in my last attempt. However, Camerupt was getting pretty lucky and was landing some pretty high hitting magnitude attacks, as well as getting a burn on one of my Shuckle. Even then, it wasn't enough to defeat my onslaught of Shuckle. I actually had no more super potions left, and after a lucky 7 HP clutch off another critical hit magnitude, one last strength sealed Camerupt's fate, and we were able to finally retrieve the meteorite from the strange device. So far, I want to say this was one of the crazier battles in this series so far. With the amount of variability in this first Maxie battle here, it was really challenging to get through it. Barely hanging on with 7 HP on my last Shuckle to end it out. As we go through more and more battles, I am slowly learning where the gaps are in my Shuckle's armor, basically that Bleach Seed, Mega Drain, or any other healing moves really suck to deal with. Non 100% accuracy moves basically miss 50% of the time, and not having a decent move pool is slowly but surely starting to have more of a negative effect on my team's likelihood of victory. I'm not scared though, and neither are my Shuckle. We know the challenges that lay ahead, and if anything, we are more excited than ever to prove our worth in the challenging Hoenn region. Until next time, folks, thank you so much for watching. Be safe out there, and we'll see you in the next crucial video.